Have you ever scratched an itch that just won't go away, no matter what you try? It's easy to brush off persistent itching as dry skin, allergies, or a minor annoyance. But what if your body is trying to tell you something far more serious? In this video, we uncover 5 surprising itchy spots on your body that could be early warning signs of serious health issues, like lymphoma, pancreatic cancer, or even breast cancer. These aren't your typical skin irritations. They're signals you can't afford to ignore. For an American audience, we've tailored this information with relatable stories, using familiar names and American units of measurement to make it clear and engaging. You'll hear real-life cases, like Mr. Johnson from Chicago, whose relentless shin itch led to a life-saving lymphoma diagnosis, or Ms. Carter from Miami, whose back itch revealed a hidden pancreatic issue. These stories show how a simple itch can be a critical clue. Watch until the end to learn the 5 key areas: lower legs, upper back, scalp, chest, and sensitive regions, where persistent itching might signal danger. We'll explain why these itches happen, what symptoms to watch for, and when to see a doctor. Ignoring these signs could delay critical treatment, while listening to your body might save your life. Don't miss this vital information. It could be the wake-up call that you or a loved one need to act early and stay healthy. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. The first sign is persistent itching on the lower legs. Don't just brush it off. Have you ever found yourself scratching your shins or calves endlessly, especially late at night when everything is quiet and you're trying to fall asleep? Maybe there's no rash, no bug bites, no new soaps or lotions you've used, but that itch just won't quit. You try creams, moisturizers, maybe even change your detergent, but nothing seems to help. If this sounds familiar, and this itching has been going on for weeks or even months, it's time to pay attention. Your body could be sending you a serious warning. For many older adults, persistent itching on the lower legs isn't just dry skin or an allergy. It's often an early sign of lymphoma, a type of cancer that affects your immune system and lymph nodes. Now, you might wonder, why the lower legs? What's special about that spot? Here's the thing. When lymphoma cells start growing in the lymphatic system, they release chemicals that cause inflammation. These chemicals travel through your bloodstream and can irritate the nerves just under the skin of your legs. The result? A deep, burning itch that feels relentless. And here's the tricky part. Your skin might look perfectly normal. No redness, no swelling, no scaly patches. Just that maddening itch, often worse at night when you're trying to get some rest. Let me share a story you might relate to. Meet Mr. Robert Miller, a 68-year-old retiree from Milwaukee. Robert told me, "At first, I thought it was just dry winter skin or maybe my sheets. But the itch was only on the fronts of my shins, no other spots, and nothing I did help. Scratching didn't even make it better. I was losing sleep over it." Robert saw his dermatologist twice and tried prescription creams for several weeks. Nothing worked. It wasn't until Robert started feeling unusually tired during the day and noticed he was losing a few pounds despite eating normally that his doctor took a closer look. Blood tests and scans revealed that some of his lymph nodes in the chest were enlarged, a classic early sign of lymphoma. When Robert reflected on it, he said something powerful: "That itch. It's what saved my life because it made me get checked before things got worse." Robert's story is far from unique. Persistent itching on your lower legs, especially when there's no obvious cause like new soaps or bug bites, is a signal your body sends to get your attention. If you're also experiencing night sweats, fatigue, or unexplained weight loss, don't wait. Talk to your doctor about getting blood work done and checking your lymph nodes. Remember, your skin might not always give clear clues. Sometimes your immune and nervous systems are quietly fighting battles beneath the surface, and your body uses sensations like an itch to communicate. That stubborn itch might feel like a nuisance now, but it could be your body's way of giving you a crucial heads up. So if you've had this kind of persistent leg itch for weeks, and no over-the-counter creams or home remedies seem to work, please don't ignore it. Make an appointment. Advocate for yourself. Because sometimes, listening to that itch is exactly what keeps you healthy and safe. Sign 2. Deep itching between the shoulder blades. Beware of internal issues. If you frequently find yourself battling a nagging itch right between your shoulder blades or across your upper back, and the more you scratch, the worse it seems to get, please don't just shrug it off. A lot of older folks assume it's just from a sweaty back, a mattress that's too warm, or maybe tight clothing rubbing against the skin. Those are common causes, sure. But if that itch has lasted for weeks and weeks, with no visible redness, rash, or bumps, and nothing you try, from creams to changing detergents, seems to help, your body might be trying to tell you something much more serious. You might be surprised to hear this, but persistent itching in the upper back, especially the area between your shoulder blades near the spine, has been identified as a potential early warning sign of pancreatic cancer. Now, pancreatic cancer is a tough one to catch early because it doesn't usually cause obvious symptoms at first. You may be wondering, how does a cancer in my pancreas, deep in my belly, cause an itch on my back? Here's the explanation. When a tumor develops in the pancreas, it can press on the bile duct. This blockage stops bile from flowing normally through your digestive system, causing bile salts to build up and leak into your bloodstream. These bile salts can irritate the tiny peripheral nerves, and your upper back is packed with sensory nerves that react to this irritation. In simple terms, the blocked bile duct causes bile salts to tickle or irritate the nerves in your back every day, producing a deep, relentless itch you just can't scratch away. Let me tell you about Linda Reynolds, a 65-year-old woman from Tampa, Florida. Linda came to her doctor with a very unusual complaint. "Doctor, for months I've had this itch right in the center of my back, just one spot," she said. "I scratched until it bled sometimes, but nothing helped." She changed mattresses, switched detergents, even stopped wearing underwire bras thinking it was a skin irritation, but the itch refused to budge. During a routine checkup, a blood test showed elevated liver enzymes, which raised some red flags. An ultrasound then revealed a blocked bile duct, and further scans found a small tumor at the head of her pancreas. Linda told me, "If it weren't for that itch, I probably wouldn't have gone to the doctor until much later." Thanks to catching it early, Linda had a much better chance of successful treatment. So here's the takeaway. If you notice a deep, unexplained itch in your upper back, no rash, no allergy signs, no relief from creams, don't hesitate to get it checked out. This is especially urgent if you start noticing other symptoms like dark urine, pale or clay-colored stools, poor appetite, or feeling unusually tired without reason. These can all be signs your liver and bile function are compromised, and your doctor should run tests immediately. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Remember, your back may feel miles away from your pancreas, but the human body is an interconnected system. Sometimes, that mysterious itch on your back is the first alarm bell from your pancreas, quietly sounding a warning in a language only your body speaks. The question is, will you listen? Sign 3. Scalp itching despite no dandruff or flaking. Have you ever noticed your scalp itching persistently, especially later in the afternoon or evening, no matter what you do? Maybe you've switched shampoos a few times, stopped wearing hats, and kept your hair clean and airy, but that itch just won't quit. A lot of people assume it's just a dry scalp, a mild allergic reaction to hair products, or maybe a little dandruff. But here's the thing. If that itch sticks around for weeks or longer, without any visible dandruff, redness, or flaky skin, it might be a sign coming from deeper inside your body, not just something on the surface. It might sound surprising, but persistent scalp itching in older adults has been linked to early warning signs of serious illnesses like leukemia or even scalp skin cancer. Why does this happen? When leukemia cells multiply in your blood, your body's immune system reacts by releasing inflammatory chemicals. These substances can stimulate the tiny nerves in your scalp, causing that nagging, constant itch, even when the skin looks perfectly normal. Also, certain types of skin cancer on the scalp, especially in people with thinning or balding hair, can begin as a rough, itchy patch that's often mistaken for dry skin or a mild fungal infection. I'll never forget the case of Mr. Harold Thompson, a 70-year-old retired teacher from Seattle. Harold told me, "I kept itching on one side of my head, just behind my ear. Shampooing or changing products didn't help. There was no dandruff, no rash, just this weird crawling sensation I couldn't explain." After months of trying different remedies with no relief, Harold started feeling more tired than usual and decided to get a full health checkup. Blood work revealed that his white blood cell count was unusually high, and a biopsy later confirmed early-stage leukemia. Thankfully, that persistent scalp itch led to a timely diagnosis, one that made all the difference. Your scalp is a sensitive area but often overlooked because it's hard to see for yourself. And since many people blame itching on dryness or shampoo, it's easy to ignore. If you or someone you love experiences ongoing scalp itching without dandruff or flaking, and changing hair products doesn't help, especially if you notice other signs like fatigue, easy bruising, or unexpected hair loss, please get it checked out. A simple blood test can detect abnormalities early on. And because it's difficult to examine your scalp thoroughly, ask a trusted family member, friend, or barber to help check for rough patches, redness, or anything unusual. Remember, a persistent, unexplained itch is never something to dismiss lightly. Your body is always trying to communicate with you, sometimes in subtle ways. The question is whether you're willing to listen. Sign 4. Itching around the chest or breast area could be an internal warning. Whether you're a woman, or even a man, it's important to pay attention if you notice a persistent, nagging itch around your chest, especially near the nipple or under the breast. That might sound like a minor irritation at first, but take a moment to truly listen to what your body might be trying to tell you. Many people assume this kind of itching comes from wearing tight clothing, sweating, or a reaction to harsh detergents or soaps. And sure, those are common causes. But if you've changed your clothes, switched to gentler detergents, applied creams, and still find that the itch keeps coming back day after day, always in the same spot, it's time to think beyond surface-level causes. Itching in the chest or breast area has been recognized as a potential early sign of inflammatory breast cancer, a rare but aggressive type that doesn't always show up as a lump. Instead, this cancer often manifests through changes in the skin, like slight thickening, a warm or burning sensation, or persistent itching. Sometimes the skin looks a little red, almost like an allergic reaction, or the texture might subtly change. I remember Mrs. Karen Davis, a 66-year-old woman from Atlanta, who came to see me with this very complaint. She said, "I kept feeling this faint itch around my right breast, almost like something was brushing against the inside." Karen tried everything. She switched to soft, wireless bras, stopped wearing anything with underwire, and used anti-allergy creams. Nothing helped, but she was hesitant to see a doctor, thinking it might just be hormonal changes after menopause. A few months later, the skin around the itchy area started to thicken and wrinkle, resembling the texture of an orange peel. When Karen finally went for an ultrasound and biopsy, she was diagnosed with inflammatory breast cancer. Because she sought medical help while the skin changes were still subtle, she had access to timely treatment and a better chance of recovery. It's important to note that this warning sign isn't exclusive to women. Men can develop breast cancer too, though it's much less common, and their symptoms are often overlooked because no one expects it. Take the case of Mr. David Wilson, a 69-year-old man from Boston. David described a persistent itch in a small spot near his left nipple, sometimes accompanied by a mild, heavy feeling inside. He had no rash or visible changes but noticed it recurred daily. After a mammogram and biopsy, he was diagnosed with early-stage breast cancer. So, if you experience persistent itching in a fixed spot on your chest or breast, especially if it lasts for weeks and doesn't improve after changing clothes or creams, please see a doctor as soon as possible. Watch for other warning signs too, like skin thickening, color changes, nipple shape changes, fluid leakage, lumps under the armpit, or a feeling of heaviness in the chest. Don't wait around for a lump to appear before getting checked, because some types of breast cancer don't form lumps at all. Sometimes, the very first sign your body sends is just a small itch, a subtle but powerful warning bell to act early and protect your health and life. Sign 5. Persistent itching in the anal or genital area. Don't ignore it out of embarrassment. This might be the most sensitive topic we'll discuss, but it's also one of the most important. Many people, especially older adults, quietly suffer from itching around the anal or genital areas, often thinking it's too private or embarrassing to bring up with anyone, even their doctor. We've all experienced some discomfort in these areas at one time or another. It might be due to heat, allergies, or maybe less than ideal hygiene. But if that itch lingers for weeks or even months, despite taking care of hygiene, trying creams, changing underwear, or adjusting your diet, it's time to truly listen to your body. Medical studies and patient cases show that persistent itching in the genital or anal region, especially if it's focused on one side or a small, fixed spot, can be an early warning sign of rare but serious cancers like anal cancer, vulvar cancer in women, or penile cancer in men. Let me share a story about Mr. George Harris, a 73-year-old retiree from Denver. George dealt with a burning itch around his anus for nearly a full year. At first, he thought it was just hemorrhoids and tried over-the-counter creams, ate more greens, and drank plenty of water. But the itch never went away. It wasn't painful but was annoying throughout the day, and it worsened at night. Finally, after talking to his doctor, George underwent an anal endoscopy, which revealed a small tumor deep inside. He was diagnosed with early-stage anal cancer. Reflecting on his experience, George said, "Thankfully, I didn't let embarrassment stop me from getting checked. That silly itch saved my life." For women going through menopause or beyond, genital itching is often mistakenly attributed to hormonal changes. But some cases of vulvar cancer begin with itching on one side, or with slightly rough, unevenly colored skin patches. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Take the case of Mrs. Linda Taylor, 64, from Phoenix. Linda thought her persistent genital itch was a mild infection, but no suppositories or creams helped. The itch was worse at night and stubbornly stayed in one area. After a gynecological exam and biopsy, abnormal cells were found at the edge of her genital area, precancerous cells that could have developed into cancer if not treated in time. Friends, if you or someone you care about experiences itching in a small area around the anus or genitals, especially if it's unexplained, lasts weeks or longer, and doesn't get better with proper care, don't be shy. Don't let embarrassment keep you from seeing a doctor. Your life and health are far more important than any discomfort discussing it. There is no shame in listening to your body. Taking care to get checked and asking questions is how you protect yourself and your loved ones. Sometimes, what seems like a small, annoying itch is a big signal your body sends to help catch serious issues early. If an itch keeps coming back without a clear reason, don't ignore it. Sometimes, that small itch can save a life. To recap what we've covered, persistent itching on the lower legs may be an early sign of lymphoma. Itching between the shoulder blades can be linked to pancreatic cancer. Persistent scalp itching might indicate leukemia or skin cancer. Itching around the chest or breast area warns of breast cancer, even in men. And itching in the anal or genital area can signal early cancers in sensitive regions. Remember, not every itch means illness. But the key is this: don't stay silent, don't ignore your symptoms, and don't hesitate to get checked out. Your body speaks to you every day. Not with words, but through sensations. Are you listening? Thank you so much for watching and taking the time to learn about these 5 important warning signs your body might be sending through persistent itching. We've covered a lot today, from itching on the lower legs signaling lymphoma to that unusual back itch linked to pancreatic cancer, persistent scalp itching that could mean leukemia or skin cancer, chest or breast itching as a sign of breast cancer, and finally, the sensitive but vital topic of itching in the anal or genital area that should never be ignored. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What is one thing you've learned from this video that you plan to pay more attention to or bring into your daily life? Please leave your thoughts in the comments below. Your experience and feedback help create a supportive community where we can all learn and stay healthier together. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to leave a comment, give it a like, and share it with your family and friends, especially those who might benefit most from this information. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell, so you never miss an important health update. Remember, your body is always trying to communicate with you. Listening closely might just save your life. See you in the next video.